guys, welcome back to the channel this week. We are back in Gettysburg.
Yes, and this is actually our second time here, but this trip feels totally different as we are spending Christmas with my sister and her fiance Nick, which honestly makes this trip even more special.
We are staying at Artillery Ridge Campground again, and if you know anything about Gettysburg, you know that this campground puts you right in the middle of everything.
Monuments are everywhere you turn, and history is literally in our backyard at this campground.
So over the next few days, we are going to do a ton of monument sightseeing, visiting some of our favorites, and showing you just how close you can camp to all this history.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel this week. We are back at Artillery Ridge Campground here in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
We did this back in 2021, and we were actually with the Wandering Wagners.
Yeah, it was a great trip. We love this area, and we've only been here once. This is going to be our second time, and we are just in love with the downtown Gettysburg area, and we're going to eat at a few different restaurants this time, and we're going to show you some of our favorite places to eat while you're here if you are visiting Gettysburg. And we've already sampled one tonight, and that is the Blue and the Gray. We ate there the last time. I had a Philly cheesesteak back with the Wagners. It was great. Was going to do the same thing tonight.
We did the Cuban.
We talked ourselves into sharing a meal, and she doesn't like the Philly cheesesteaks.
Nah. So we had a Cuban.
And it was amazing. It was one of the best Cubans I've had.
And we had fried pickles, and it was good too.
Yeah. Stick around, and we will show you some of Gettysburg and some of the best places to eat and just some of the downtown shopping too while we're here. We're just going to explore it all this time because we've got almost a full week here, which is going to be nice.
That's right.
So the first monument we took my sister and Nick to see is the Pennsylvania Monument, and it is literally right across the street from Artillery Ridge Campground. I mean, it's like a stone's throw. Also, it is the largest monument in Gettysburg. One of the cool things about it is you can climb up to the top and get 360-degree views of all the area and all the battlefields. It's really a very cool monument.
After we finished showing them the Pennsylvania Monument, we went right across the street to the Gettysburg National Cemetery. This is where Abraham Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address, and they have a really powerful monument honoring Abraham Lincoln, displaying his bust.
So we're here at the Soldiers Monument, where this is very close to where Lincoln gave his Gettysburg Address. And my sister was just looking up on Google what these statues represent. So the one at the top represents freedom and liberty. The soldier represents war. The lady writing in the tablet represents history. And this lady here holding the wheat represents plenty. And the mechanic represents peace. Kind of hard to see, but the soldier is right here because the sun is backlighting it.
It just feels so surreal to be standing right here knowing that this is where Abraham Lincoln gave the Gettysburg Address all those years ago.
All these grave markers out here.
The fallen soldiers that are unknown.
Just numbers.
They're
These
just numbers.
Yep. And right here they actually have the writing in the handwriting of Abraham Lincoln, his Gettysburg Address. This is definitely hallowed ground.
Yeah.
The really cool thing about staying at Artillery Ridge Campground is, I mean, we are literally a mile down the road from this. We could almost walk here, and if we were here in the summertime, we could definitely ride our bikes down. It's just staying at Artillery Ridge RV and Horse Park there is definitely puts you right in the middle of all the history of the Civil War and everything that went on here in Gettysburg. And as we're walking by, you can see all these grave sites, just numbers, 729, you know. Some of them are starting to get worn where it's kind of hard to see what the numbers are.
You can't even see the number on it.
Yeah. And then over here on our left as we're walking back out, I think this is just a regular cemetery over here for, I guess, non-soldiers, just anybody. It's gated off, can't get in. All right, we're going to continue our tour showing my sister around Gettysburg and a lot of these monuments that are here. So we're now back driving around a lot of these monuments, and the amount of monuments that are here are just unreal. Everywhere you look, there's monuments. I don't think we can have enough time to see them all. It's crazy. And all of this is right next to the campground we're staying at. I mean, literally, we could walk over here, pretty much. Everything is so centrally located around the campground that if you're looking for a place to stay and you want to check out Gettysburg, again, I say Artillery Ridge is a great option, that's for sure. And I bet in the summertime with the pool open and all that, it'd be awesome. We are out enjoying our first little walk here at Artillery Ridge this morning. We didn't ever even notice that this was here before, this little pond with the gazebo and a
It's
dock.
really cute.
Yeah. As we're walking along, we see some of these sites here have heat tape around the water pipes. So I don't know, if we could have chosen one of these sites or not, but
It may have been more money.
maybe. But we're happy with where we're at. We're going to be able to refill because we're close enough to the fill station. I purposely booked Site 82 so we could be close enough to run a couple garden hoses over. And it's going to be my plan later tonight because we're already down to a third of water.
It doesn't take long.
Even conserving, it doesn't take long for us to go through water.
I know.
And we didn't get it actually full yesterday when we came in either, so there is that.
This is really pretty in here.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Look at the pool. The splash area.
Oh, wow, the splash pad.
So yeah, this was all under construction last time. This is really nice. And I bet this place is hopping in the summertime. Yeah, we never even saw this the last time we were here at Artillery Ridge. They have putt-putt. I think this was all under construction the last time we were here, though. I think they were doing some remodeling, and this looks nice. I know that there was construction going on here the last time.
And they have cornhole. Nice.
These are the sites we were in last time.
Yep, I remember that. And it definitely looks like they've re-graveled it.
Yeah, so these, I can't remember if we were in this side or that. I think we were in that side, and the Wagners were in that side.
Uh-huh.
But
Have laundry over here. And they have 24/7 firewood vending machine back there. Huh, that's nice. They have a couple cabins right here. And a little fire pit, community fire pit. Firewood vending machine. And then there's where it comes out. And they have a playground here. Small, but it's a playground.
where we're at now is the wheat field. And this is one of the major battles of the Civil War. It took place here. And it's pretty cool. We can walk through the wheat, kind of see what it felt like back then, I suppose. And they have a lot of monuments in the wheat field here. As you can see, there's just a path cut to some of these monuments. And another beautiful monument here. Boy, if you love history, the way we love history, this is a history buff's dream right here. They have big monuments out here, and you can even find these little tiny small monuments. And I'm not sure what this one is, but we will see. I'm not sure what the 61st NYIRF stands for, but if you know, drop us a comment down below, because I'm thinking New York Infantry Rifle, something, I don't know. But it's a little tiny monument compared to the rest. I'll even say that after a while, it gets quite overwhelming, the amount of emotions that I start feeling walking around in this area and just knowing the history here. I was actually overcome with a little bit of emotion back at the Soldiers Monument where Gettysburg Address was delivered. And I was looking at the one soldier on the monument and just the way they had carved his face and the way he looked. I started choking up a little bit. I don't know why. This is crazy. I mean, there's just monuments and cannons and just so much stuff here. I could definitely come back here and spend a month here and probably feel like I still would want more time.
This is another monument we really wanted to show Nick and Lori because of the dog. It's the Irish Brigade Monument. It has an Irish wolfhound sitting quietly at the base of the cross. We learned it isn't a real dog, but it represents loyalty and loss, like a hound waiting for masters who never came home. If you love dogs like we do, this one stays with you.
So now we stopped at Devil's Den. Remember this from the last time?
Mm-hmm.
And right up there is Little Round Top, where we'll be heading next. And we're going to climb to the top of that little castle-type spire up there.
So next, we took my sister and Nick to see Devil's Den. This was one of our favorite spots that we saw the first time we were here. This area saw some of the fiercest fighting during the Battle of Gettysburg, especially on July 2nd. Union and Confederate soldiers were fighting hand-to-hand through these massive rocks, using them for cover. It is just so hard to imagine what really took place here, but it's really one of our favorite little spots. After showing them Devil's Den, we made our way up to Little Round Top. And I remember this from the last time. This was one of our favorite spots here too. We absolutely love Little Round Top. And we love the little building that's at the top. This time, Allie didn't climb up the top of this particular monument. She chose to stay down and take care of Lori and Nick's dog, Jelly.
So restaurant number 2 tonight, night 2, was the Pub and Restaurant.
We thought about going back to the Blue and Gray because Lori and Nick hadn't eaten there yet. But since we wanted to share with you some of the different restaurants here in the Gettysburg area, we decided to go to this new restaurant tonight.
That's right, because I told Allie, I said, I love the Blue and Gray. My sister hadn't been there, but I was like, we did tell you guys that we were going to show you a few different restaurants while we were here. And we started thinking, well, today is Monday, the Monday before Christmas. I was like, we only have Tuesday, and that's pretty much it, because Wednesday will be Christmas Eve. I imagine a lot of places will be probably closing early on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, we're not going to be able to eat out anywhere.
Right.
And then we leave on Friday.
That's right.
So we really only got the chance to try 3 restaurants this time. But we got 2 in. We'll try a 3rd one tomorrow, and we'll see if we like it. We did like the Pub and Restaurant.
Yes, we had chicken parm, and we also had pretzel bites for an appetizer, which we just split both, which that's our new thing now, is that we're doing an appetizer and a meal we split, because I really don't eat that much food anymore, so it was perfect for us. We ate everything.
And we got to watch how much we're spending, you know.
Yeah, I was trying to watch that. So it was $54 for the 2 of us.
With a tip.
Yes. And I also had, for a drink, a hot cider, and it was amazing.
And I had just a Yingling. So both nights, both places, we spent the same amount with the tip. So this is saving us money by splitting a meal, that's for sure. And I'm actually really full. So
I'm stuffed.
I fought with her tonight because I love chicken parm.
He wanted to eat the whole thing himself, and I said, you're going to be fine. I said, I'm only going to eat a few bites, which he just cut off a little piece for me, and it was fine. Like,
she ended up eating half of it, but it was fine still.
I am so full right now.
I ate more of the spaghetti, and she ate about half the chicken. It worked out.
Yeah.
And we still came home with 3 pretzel bites. Or pretzel twists, I think they call them there.
Yeah.
The pretzel twists were good. Only thing is they served those there with a marinara sauce, and I would rather have cheese.
Yeah.
You know. But we liked it. We would recommend it too. So far, Blue and Gray, definitely a winner. More on the sandwich side of things. This was a little bit more upscale.
Yeah, and so if you want something a little bit more upscale, then I would definitely say
with more choices.
The Pub Restaurant. But if you want something more down to earth, I would definitely say the Blue and Gray.
So we'll see what the 3rd one holds. We don't know yet. Allie's got a new hairdo. We are getting ready to go out exploring Gettysburg some more today.
Yep.
We are going to go see Sally the dog and tell you the story about Sally and a couple other little surprises. So we are back out for day 2. The story behind Stephen Brown was that he stopped to let his soldiers get some water. They arrested him and he went into battle even without a weapon, except for this hatchet, which they have even on the statue. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of a cloudy day, But there's a hatchet right there at the bottom of his feet. And another thing is he's holding a Confederate sword, which he took from an officer, from a Confederate in battle. Nice little Easter egg here. So we are here at the monument that shows the dog Sally. Interesting story behind this dog, that she was a brindle terrier that was attached to the 11th Pennsylvania Infantry. And there's a story about her getting separated during the battle. They found her the next day laying with the wounded and dead soldiers. She was a loyal part of their infantry who ended up dying right at the end of the war in another battle in Virginia. And a lot of people will leave dog biscuits here. Nick was pointing out that this might be all the names of the battles that Sally was a part of. And I do believe, I'll have to look and see, but I think she did die in Appomattox. I don't remember this the first time we were here, but there is some sort of observation tower. Or do I remember this? This might have been where we went up the top with Wagner's. Well, I'm not gonna lie, beautiful views from up here, but on a day like today, it's cold. Whew. I think one of the next things we're gonna go check out is over there, the Eternal Flame. But that tree monument right here, very cool. Supposedly the story was that during the battle, a bird's nest fell out of it, and some of the soldiers took the bird's nest and put it back up in the tree. That's the lore. But some great views up here. Wow. Wow. Just unbelievable. All right, it's too cold to stay up here for very long. Wind chill is freezing my hands. So this Eternal Light Peace Memorial was dedicated by President Franklin Roosevelt during the observance of the 71st anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg in 1938. Kind of similar to the JFK Eternal Flame. There's an Eternal Flame going up there. You can kind of see the flame a little bit. I can smell the propane. So even as cold as it is, it's been a wonderful morning so far. Seeing the Sally Memorial, Eternal Peace Memorial, the Tree Memorial. So many memorials to see here. Allie decided to stay back in the truck for this hike as we're hiking to the top of Little Round Top, which, memory serves, it's a little bit of a hike up here, but I want to see it again, and she's too cold to get out. She is not built for this cold weather. It is definitely a little bit of a strenuous hike to the top of Big Round Top, but there are some cool monuments up here. We got a little ways to go to get to the top.
So after we got finished hiking Big Round Top, we took my sister and Nick down to see the Jenny Wade Museum. Unfortunately, it was closed due to the holidays.
Well, we're here at the Jenny Wade gravesite, and I'm not sure why, but there is no flag flying. And I thought there was always supposed to be a flag flying. So Allie is Googling it right now to find out why her perpetual flag is not flying.
So while Chuck was out looking at the gravesite and the flagpole, there was no flag there. And I started researching on Google saying, why is the flag not flying today? And it said it was. I don't know what the deal is, why it wasn't flying today, but it clearly was not flying. It's a perpetual flag. It's supposed to fly all the time. So I don't know what was going on. No answers from Google. So now we're going to go downtown and we're going to do a little shopping. Chuck and I are going to do a little sneaky, secretive shopping for each other for Christmas.
Secret Santa!
While Nick and Lori are going back to the hotel to rest up a little bit, and then we're going to reconvene later tonight for night 3 of dinner here in Gettysburg. And we'll let you know where we end up eating at.
Because we don't know yet.
What we think about the food and the ambiance and vibe there.
All right, it's time that we separate, us two, and do our Christmas shopping, as it is the eve of Christmas Eve, and we're not going to do any shopping tomorrow. No. So tonight we have to pick out 2 more items apiece We haven't actually celebrated Christmas as far as exchanging gifts in years now.
We haven't.
So
And I told Chuck, I said, I want us to get some things for each other for our stocking. It'd be fun this year, so that's what we're doing.
small things.
We already got candy yesterday.
Yeah.
So now we got to get a couple more things.
So it's obviously more about surprising each other with
Just
something.
surprising something.
Yeah. Because we have everything we need. We have each other.
Yeah.
So that's all we need.
It's just going to be something fun.
This is going to be stressful for me. It's easy. It's going to be easy for her, but not me.
So after Chuck and I finished our little secret Santa shopping for each other, we decided we were going to get a flight of beer somewhere. We ended up at Appalachian Brewing Company. We sampled 4 of their signature flagship beers, and our bartender talked us into a really delicious peanut butter flavored one as well. While we were enjoying our flight of beers, we looked at their menu and decided that this is where we wanted to come back with Nick and Lori for dinner. It did not disappoint. I ended up having a glass of that same peanut butter flavored stout for dinner. We started with a giant tasty pretzel, and then for our meal we shared the mashed potatoes and meatloaf dinner, which was absolutely delicious. The next time we're in Gettysburg, we will definitely eat here again.
So it is Christmas Eve, everyone, and we are back out here in Gettysburg. Now we're exploring more of the Confederate side of things. We, meaning me and Allie, did not see this the last time we were here. This is a road that we never traveled down, apparently, because we didn't really see anything pretty much for the Confederate side. So we're standing like where the Confederates were looking that way towards the Union Army. And it looks like there's some cool monuments that we have not seen. And this looks like definitely a very cool statue. Or bronze monument, I should say, maybe. Wow, that is really cool. Very neat, very neat. This even got Allie out of the car. Wow, takes a lot to get Allie out of the car.
Well, it's warmer today. It was so cold yesterday.
So this statue here was designed by the same man, Gutzen Borglum, I think is how you pronounce it, that did Mount Rushmore. Interesting. Here at the Tennessee Monument, and I was saying to Allie, I was like, look at the base. How some of it's smooth and some of it's chipped away. I was like, I wonder why. Duh, it's the shape of Tennessee. If you stand over there and look down, or look straight down, it would be the shape of Tennessee. So here at this memorial, this is the first memorial where we've seen a sign saying any defacing of this memorial will get you arrested and fined. But that is Robert E. Lee at the top. And each one of the guys at the bottom represent different things. Explained here by this plaque. Very cool monument.
Merry Christmas.
This is our, yes, Merry Christmas. This is our 4th day exploring some of the battlefields and things here in Gettysburg. And let me tell you, we haven't seen it all, and I don't think we can even see it all in 4 days. There's so much to see here.
It's actually very mild today on Christmas Day.
Yeah, no white Christmas here.
Yeah.
Although we leave tomorrow morning early to head towards Ohio. Might see some white stuff on the roads there. A little concerning, but we're going to enjoy Christmas Day here in Gettysburg. We woke up this morning, opened our gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got some fun and cool gifts.
Yeah, we did Christmas stockings to each other this year.
Yeah, that's the first time we've done that in a while.
A long time.
So we're going to enjoy this sunshine while we got it, and then go back and make a turkey dinner. First monument of Christmas Day. How fitting. It's an Indiana monument from my home state. So we are at Spangler Spring. This is our second monument. And I guess this supplied water for both.
Union and Confederate soldiers with water during the battle.
That is cool. And they have a lock down there covering it.
Huh.
So I wonder if you could still get spring water out of that.
So we discovered that this area was one of the major areas where the opposing sides had serious violent battle, and they were saying that people were just slumped over dead, like over all of this area here.
Culp's Hill.
Yeah,
That's where we're at.
It's very, very sad. And he built this tower here to look out over this area.
So we're going to climb the tower. I don't think we did this the last time we were here. Might have been too cold, or they may have had it closed. I'm not sure. But we're going to try it today.
My gosh.
Right? Look where the
Wow.
fighting was.
This is unreal.
You can see the whole town of Gettysburg right here.
We ended Christmas Day slowly driving around Gettysburg, soaking in a few more of the monuments before heading back to the RV. There, we made a simple little Christmas dinner, relaxed together, and quietly got everything ready for our trip to Ohio the next morning.
We're now heading out for Ohio, and we had a really good time here in Pennsylvania, here in Gettysburg. We are having a tough time trying to figure out how to get out of here because it keeps wanting to bring us through downtown Gettysburg, which there's a lot of low-lying lights and things like that. It's a little scary because we don't really know if we're going to hit anything or not, so we're a little unsure how to get over to where we need to go, and it keeps wanting to take us downtown. It won't route us any other way. So I don't know what we're going to do. Chuck's trying to figure that out right now. We're getting gas, and then we're going to head out. If you found this video informative and you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment below, and be sure to share this video because it really does help us out. I hope you had a Merry Christmas with your friends and family. We'll see you guys on our next journey, which will be our next adventure, which will be in Ohio. All right, bye guys.